Jack the Ripper is one of the most infamous and mysterious serial killers in history, operating in the Whitechapel district of London in 1888. The Ripper's crimes shocked Victorian society and have since become the subject of extensive investigation, speculation, and popular culture. What makes this case particularly chilling is not only the brutal nature of the murders, but also the fact that the killer was never identified, leaving behind a legacy of fear and intrigue. The Ripper is believed to have killed at least 5 women, commonly referred to as the canonical 5. These victims, Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, and Mary Jane Kelly, were all women of modest means who lived in and around Whitechapel. Most were known to have engaged in prostitution, which made them more vulnerable in a time when the lives of the poor were often overlooked by authorities. Mary Ann Nichols was the first known victim, found murdered on August 31st, 1888. Her throat had been slashed and her body mutilated. Just over a week later, on September 8th, Annie Chapman was killed in a similar fashion. The brutality increased with each attack, indicating a deeply disturbed individual behind the crimes. On the night of September 30th, 2 women were murdered, Elizabeth Stride and Catherine Eddowes, in what became known as the double event. Stride's murder was less mutilated, leading some to believe the killer was interrupted. Eddowes, however, suffered gruesome injuries, consistent with the killer's earlier pattern. The final and most savage murder was that of Mary Jane Kelly on November 9th. Her body was discovered in her room, horrifically mutilated beyond recognition. The nature of this murder suggests the killer had more time and privacy than with the previous victims. In summary, Jack the Ripper's legacy is marked by brutal killings, elusive identity, and the tragic stories of his victims. The case remains a haunting reminder of how crime, mystery, and human suffering can intertwine in the darkest corners of history.